Hey everyone, this is Kat, producer of the Dragon's Reign podcast and just about everything else you see on the Wraith Reign YouTube channel. I wanted to answer a question that's been coming up from new members, which is, in the YouTube podcast, you say that the members are 15 episodes ahead, but when I join, I don't seem to find any new episodes. Yeah. This is absolutely true, to be honest. And the short answer is that COVID kind of slowed our workflow for a couple of months. When we started the public podcast and the member podcast, we were 15 episodes ahead. So if members were getting episode 16, that's when we started publishing episode 1 on YouTube. We would release 4 episodes a month for everybody, and the membership and the public podcast would stay in sync. We even had some episodes in the bank, so things were great. But then COVID came along, and Wraith has some pre-existing health conditions, and due to, as they say, an abundance of caution, I was simply not willing to risk it. Normally, about twice a week, I would make sure the mic wasn't, pointed at the air duct or the open window, and chase her cat Mew under the bed so she would stop mewing as Wraith recorded her chapters. But the thing is, I do have contact with the general public through people in my family working outside of the house. And at the time, not much was known about how it spread, the effectiveness of masks, and things like that. So basically, I refused to risk Wraith's health, and I said, we're just going to have to eat it. We made the difficult decision to pause the production of new episodes for a while. We did have some recorded ahead of time, but we dropped those down to 2 new episodes per month instead of 4. We wanted to stretch them out and give us time to figure out how to adapt. But of course, doing this let the public podcast, which was pre-scheduled for months in advance, like 3 months in advance at the time, it caught up to the member podcast, which was releasing episodes at half the rate. Around July, the timelines converged, and our promise of the membership being ahead was no longer true, to put it bluntly. And also, we can't replace videos on YouTube, so all of the early ones that we recorded with that, the membership is 10 to 15 episodes ahead of the public podcast, or whatever the outro says. We can't change that. YouTube won't let us replace videos. I guess that's a good thing because you could do view scamming or some crap like that. But anyway, if people are just discovering Dragon's Reign now, then they're still listening to those old videos, which reflect a snapshot in time when that used to be true. But we were figuring things out behind the scenes. I dropped off one of my mics and mic cables. Wraith bought a sound card and learned how to record her own podcast episodes with my remote tech support. So now again, we have episodes in the bank and are getting ahead of the public podcast. I think behind the scenes, I'm just going to release episodes as I produce them, even though they're not officially on the schedule. So if you're a member and you only see 2 days of podcasts per month, well, that's not all there is going to be. I'm stuffing the schedule full because we do want to get ahead again. And I have a backlog of things to edit that I don't really want to sit on. So fear not, new members, you will be getting a lot of episodes. Anyway, thanks for your patience and sorry for making you confused. COVID kind of pulled the rug out from under us and we didn't expect that to happen, but it did.